Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Big Gauchos. Talking about shows complete out pocket. I put money in your pocket. I'm Austin back again with the boy Tyler. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, Big Gauchos? Your boy Big Gaucho Tyler. We back with another banger video. Before we get started, please like and subscribe. Wait for that. All right, thank you guys, and let's get back into this video.
All right, you already know. Thank you for your continued support of the channel. We're gonna breeze through this one today, folks. All right, here we go. First, as you can see in the thumbnail, 5% interest could become a reality pretty soon here. Ooh, who knows?
Ooh,
But yeah, you see Jerome Powell looking really jacked if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're not, go search us on YouTube. But Federal Reserve is discussing a major interest rate hike, and they believe that inflation is rising very quickly past their expectations. So inflation is now 3.5% year over year. Their expectations were only 2% year over year. And they're expecting to taper off their bond buying sooner rather than later, just because the inflation is, I don't want to say it's parabolic, but it's going pretty crazy right now. And more than that, the Fed is currently purchasing $120 billion in government bonds per month until they say otherwise. That's been going on for quite some time. But if we start tapering that off in order to hedge against inflation with the government and get a little bit higher interest rates, it's going to have some pretty large consequences in the market. You can be sure of that. But we also have a quote or paraphrase quote coming in from Eric Rosengren, the president of the Boston Federal Reserve, says he's expecting to see tapering happen fast and that it could likely happen as soon as this fall, at the minimum in October, but it could happen even sooner than that, which is just crazy to think about because, I mean, we're on August right now, so October isn't very much of a buffer at all. With the new jobs reports coming out and tapering coming sooner than possible or expected, what do we think? I mean, I think the interest rates going up is going to have some pretty serious consequences.
oh yeah, definitely. I am actually quite surprised that Jay Powell took a quick 180 on his stance because the Federal
Yeah.
Reserve were all about low interest rates. So that's kind of what was keeping everybody afloat, be able to take out loans, keep forbearance going. Basically that was the only way that it was basically keeping everything afloat. So now
Yeah.
that we're seeing that things are taking a little bit of a change, higher interest rates obviously means harder for people to, get more money and then, the higher payments per month. So borrowing money will definitely be an issue. I definitely see there's going to be a correction soon with that. I think with the amount of money we've been buying, especially the amount of bonds we've been buying, I definitely think it is time for that. It's going to happen eventually. So might as well do it
Yep.
now.
Yep. I think the stock market correction might be even more major than that, even though they are buying treasury bonds, which is affecting the interest rate. It is going to
Mhm.
make it a lot harder for people to have access to money for, buying things like houses, home equity lines of credit, business lines of credit that are just getting people through this pandemic,
Mhm.
since the disease that shall not be named is still going on.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty big deal right there. I mean, this is cutting off a lot of people's lifelines. So, I mean, for every percent the interest rates go up, housing prices could drop by 10% per percentage points. So, I don't think they're going to jump straight into 5% all at once, obviously,
Mhm.
but especially because the baseline interest rate is really close to zero. But it's going to have very negative sentiment across the market. Could see a pretty major sell off soon. So, make sure you're getting ready and you're investing in value stock opportunities and also just making sure your money is parked in safer blue chip high yield stocks and
Yes.
also precious metals, which we'll get to in a minute.
Oh yeah, definitely. And honestly, I think it's going to be like a 3, 4 month process as interest rates increase. So definitely, start prepping for that. We all know Wells Fargo already took away a lot of lines of credit. So
Yep.
it's starting to happen, whether we like it or not. So interest rates are going up. Money's going to get a lot harder to get. But
Yep. No choice
what,
but to accept it.
yeah, well, with interest rates going up, or could also mean, gold might be taking a bit of a hit because, the best way to hedge for inflation is to buy some gold.
It's
And
true.
today we saw that gold dropped a little bit to a low as $1,675 an ounce on spot. Gold trading generally was around 1,800 just this past week. So big, $100, $200 sell off. This could also lead to, big buys on gold mining stocks because, their stocks are dipping at a discount. So, is this a sign of more to come, of more of a sell-off for gold, or how the market is going to react? few people are hedging with gold and instead of turning to like real estate or stocks. So what are your thoughts on this, big gaucho Asti?
I mean, it really is interesting because people are also using real estate as a big hedge against inflation right now.
Mhm.
So it's surprising that gold would even drop this low. I mean, I do agree that fewer people are thinking that, oh, maybe the market's just going to stay like this
Mhm.
forever. Could be a sign that people are getting way too comfortable and some pretty crazy euphoria could be setting in. So that's a little bit dangerous. Markets could get a little bit frothy from that, but really only time will tell on that. We don't really have a crystal ball, but
Yeah.
that's certainly what it would indicate because gold and real estate are big indicators of how the market's going to shift for stocks.
So my take on the reason why gold went down so much is I think people are taking gold out and putting it actually into crypto. So I saw Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of other altcoins really go up in the past couple of days, like 5, 6, 10%. So that's what my thoughts on it, my take on it. But who really knows what could be happening in the market? But I really think that gold is a buy. In the long run, it's just it always outruns time. It always keeps going up, you know, slowly, but it still does. It always keeps up with inflation. So can't go wrong with it. With the buy,
Yep.
it's a buy in my book.
Yep, gold's definitely a buy. Can't go wrong with that. Just make sure you're parking your money somewhere safe and investing it because, as we know, cash doesn't really pay anything unless you're making an opportunity with it. But we can make you some opportunities with that. We're going to check out the biggest winners, the biggest losers, and the sleepers. To that intro.
Ooh, let's get that. Oos.
All right, boom. Number one, we got Victoria's
Ooh.
Secret and Company of 20.06%, a little over 20. Reason for this happening, analysts are believing the stock is a little bit overinflated, but they still beat earnings expectations and got the stock price over $100 for a little bit. So that was a major price target for them and seems like they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. Good work, Victoria's Secret. Everyone loves to go shop there. So shout out to them.
Yep, great work. They really have a good brand for themselves. And number two, coming in hot, we got Moderna up 17.1%. Basically, everybody's trying to prevent that disease that we can't say because YouTube will ban this video. So you already kind of know what that is. Yeah, everyone's going back to school. That's happening. Yada yada yada. But
Yeah, and
also got
also,
the. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
also, a lot of companies like Costco, Walmart, and like a lot of big corporations are starting to mandate their employees to get vaccinated. So that's why you can see a lot of the, uh, you know, vaccine companies start to take off, like Moderna. So quick fact for that.
It's true. When you're requiring proof of vaccination, I mean, sometimes you don't have a choice. It's your job or a vaccine. So
Exactly.
leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about that. And then we also got the biggest losers coming up here. Ooh.
Ooh.
All right, number one, we got McAfee Corporation. They're down 6.56%. It's one of the oldest and greatest antivirus software and cybersecurity companies in the game. So make sure to check them out. They got a long track record, very profitable billion-dollar company.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, real quick, we got Vimeo, which is down 5.69%. It's a video sharing platform, but we stay loyal to YouTube. We don't mess around
Oh
with
yeah.
Vimeo. So
Let's go
uh,
YouTube.
yeah, that should tell you all you need to know. Buy Google stock and buy Alphabet. Support YouTube.
That's it. Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Let's get
Yes,
into our
sir.
sleep, 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 sleep,
Sleep, sleep, sleep,
sleep.
sleep, sleep. Boom. All right. Number one, we got Barrick Gold. As we talked about, gold is a really good hedge against inflation, and you might be able to get a value buy on some of that stock right now, or if you're buying physical gold. So make sure you visit your local jewelry store. Or
Come to
Tyler,
me
if
for
you're
that.
in
Oh yeah.
if you're in Arizona, check out Tyler.
Yeah. Leave a comment and I'll get back to you with my gold prices.
Yep, definitely. Tyler, what we got at number two?
Number two, we got Chegg Incorporated, literally high school and especially college's best friend for life.
Yep.
They sell online textbooks. They got tutors, they got answers. If you're a teacher, they don't have answers, but like they got tutors to help you with your questions. And without them, a lot of us would not be graduating. So definitely check out Chegg. I recommend them. That's a buy in my book.
Yeah, it's true. Chegg saved me in college for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Magnolia Oil and Gas coming in hot at number three. They're down 4.07%. Oil and gas stocks could be a very good buy right now just because commodities like gold are also down. So if you're checking out some commodity stocks, those are generally considered pretty safe. But again, this is not investing advice, so do whatever you want at your own risk.
I sold my USO, so no comment.
Yeah, true. I did too. That was kind of a dumpster fire. So
We should have
maybe you
held
don't
it. We
want to
should
do
have
that.
held it. We should have
I
held it.
know. I know, dude. We could have been very well off from that.
If we
stock
would have just
right now.
waited one more day, we would have made so much money on that. But you live and you learn. That's why we do the investing, so you don't have to.
That's true. We weren't holding like we were supposed to. But what we are supposed to be doing is making these episodes for you every week, and we can only do that with the help of Anchor and their powerful systems. Best in the game. So let's hit that ad.
Ooh,
All right.
love you, Anchor.
Yeah, we love you, Anchor. All right. You already know no new additions to the Bankruptcy Boneyard. We hate Ruby Tuesday.
I would like to take I would like to not
one.
humbly take this W for today's. Finally got on the leaderboard. You already know. So I want to say I'm the very best. No one can ever lie. And my number for tomorrow is 35 201.
35,201. I'll go with 35 100 then.
I respect it.
Keep the close. Just give you a little bit of a $100 spread there. Nothing too serious. But
respect.
It's kind of a bummer. I miss having Dave on here to do the numbers too. But we'll see if Dave and Kanal buzz in. But who knows? But I guess we'll just have to come back and see who took that dub on the Dow Jones game. But we want to thank everyone for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the show. Leave us a voice message on anchor.fm/gauchos, biggauchos.com if you want to send us an investing tip. We might plan the show. It's how to do it.
All right, Big Gauchos. Quick disclaimer, because we love disclaimers. Everything said on this podcast is our opinion from our experiences. Please do due diligence and invest safely, Big Gauchos, because we are not liable for any lost gains, but we're directly liable for all major gains. And with that being said, please like and subscribe. We are growing every day because of y'all. We love doing this, and I hope you guys love watching us. Also, please follow our Instagram at Big Gauchos. We're posting, weekly, hopefully, and follow us on TikTok and all that good stuff. Now, awesome. Let the viewers know our amazing podcast links.
Yes, sir. Of course, we're on streaming services everywhere, including Apple, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, Google, Pocket Cast, Breaker, Radio Public, Overcast, or you can add us to your own RSS feed anywhere you listen to podcasts on any application. Make sure, especially if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, it was rating 1 to 5 stars. Do not accept anything less than 4.5 stars, and leave us a review. Tell us who your favorite Big Gaucho is. Boy, that was a mouthful. Never gets easier. Anything else to add before we get out of here?
All right, we love you guys. Make some money tomorrow. Big day.
Yeah. Yes, sir. We're out of here. Go buy some gold. Peace.